Hi everyone, Ray Cruz here, Intricative Couples Psychotherapist stroke Counselling. Today's video is something that I talk about quite a lot with my clients, and where beneficial, which is quite often, we look to introduce it into their daily lives, and that's journaling. Now, on a previous video I spoke about self-care, and self-care is something that I can't talk highly enough about for people to have in their lives. Likewise with journaling, I think journaling can be really helpful. It's something I do believe in the power of, because it helps to get one's thoughts and feelings and emotions out of your head and onto paper, which one, it clears out a lot of noise for you, but two, it also helps to form some neural connections between everything that's going on in there, so it ties a lot of stuff together and in turn discards stuff that isn't serving you, that isn't being productive for you. It gets rid of that, which then in turn helps you to feel a lot lighter in yourself. And by getting rid of the more negative, unproductive stuff, you can replace that with things that are more positive, helpful, and will hopefully help you to just move forward generally. There's 4 ways that I'm going to discuss today of how journaling can help you. So number 1, it's a safe space for you and your thoughts and your feelings. Your journal is a safe space where you can really explore what you think and what you feel, whether that's about someone in particular. That could be a partner, it could be a family member, sibling, parent, close friend. And it's somewhere that you can go to really write down, read back, reevaluate what you think and feel, all in the privacy of your own space. Because there's a lot of stuff in our head, so as I said before, when you've got a lot of stuff running through your head, it's helpful to be able to get it down on paper, to read it back and to ask yourself what you've written down, why you've written it down. And as I said, it's a safe space for you to be able to do that. Number 2, it helps to manage stress and anxiety. So this is important because a lot of people suffer with stress, anxiety, depression, etc. And using an anxiety as an example, it could well be that you're writing in your journal, and at the end of the day, you're at home, you're reflecting on the day, and you've written down something like, I felt anxious at work today going on my lunch. Now, you may have an overall feeling of this throughout the previous weeks and months, but then when you start to journal it, you're noticing the pattern there. I felt, you've written down, I felt anxious today. But by journaling, it'll be, once you've noticed that you're writing that down and it means something to you because it's coming out of your mind onto paper, then the next step would be to, well, let's have a look at this anxiety. Is there something happening in particular at lunch? Am I feeling a particular way for a particular reason? Is there a particular person that's on my lunch? What's causing this anxiety? And it enables you to really look into that and to discover what that cause is. But it could well be that there actually isn't anything causing the anxiety. It could well be that you're in a negative thought loop where you've told yourself since day one that you get anxious at dinner, and now it's become that ingrained because you've told yourself that often that you feel anxious for no particular reason. And it's only when you journal this and you reflect it back and you think about it, then you realise that there isn't actually anything. You've just found yourself in this negative thought loop, and now once you've recognised it, you can process that and then move forward. So it helps with regards to that. It helps you to look at your feelings around stress and anxiety and depression from that day, from previous days, and question them, and to pick a little bit further, and then in turn writing down again what thought has led to what other thought. And by reading that back, you will begin to process and find an answer to the situation. So it's really useful with regards to managing stress and anxiety, ultimately by pinpointing it and then reflecting on it, processing it, moving forward. Number 3, it helps to promote self-awareness. The self-awareness in this day and age is a little bit lacking in some respects, but the ways that journaling helps to promote self-awareness is one of a few ways. So first of all is self-accountability in a way. Is there an issue that's going on, or issues in your life where you're actually the one with the issue or the cause of the issue, and for so long you've been blaming someone or something else, when in actual fact it's on you? So when you're journaling down about a particular situation, or you're writing down about it, and you may well realise that it's coming from you, you're the cause of this. Once you recognise that, because you've been in a lot of pain and hurt, anger, distress, sadness, feeling low, thinking it's somebody else, when all the time it's been yourself, at least know you've got a starting point. You realise now, you're self-aware now to know that you're actually the issue. So, or there's an issue within you causing you to feel this way, and it's not another person. So it's helpful with regards to that, because you'll be writing that down, and when you investigate it in your mind and reading back what you've written, you can come to that conclusion. With regards to self-awareness, is that it may be that you've got a partner and they are a particular way with you, and you're writing it down in your journal. I had an argument with my partner about X, Y, and Z. He said this, that, and that, or she said this, that, and that. And as the days and weeks go on, where if you've had an argument, certain things have been said on one day and you're not journaling it, and days go by, you kind of forget that and put it to one side. But then when you're going through your journal, you start to notice patterns. It could be, is this person treating you pretty badly? Or are certain people treating you pretty badly? It's only through your journaling that you realise that you've been feeling down and resentful and feeling low, and you couldn't pinpoint why. Whereas now when you're looking at your journal and things that you've written previously, is it because somebody's been treating you pretty bad, and it's only now that you're realising how bad you are being treated and what you've been putting up with? That has in turn had a negative effect on yourself, and you begin to realise, are you feeling low in self-worth? Are you feeling low in self-love? Is your self-care routine not happening? It's a way of showing your self-awareness again, and this all again comes from journaling and looking at the patterns of what you've been writing about. Number 4, it helps with goal setting and goal achieving. Now, one of the things that again I am quite big on is goal setting and goal achieving. Small, medium, long-term goals. I can't stress how important these things are. When you are naturally healthy mentally, you will constantly be setting yourself little goals and hitting little checkpoints in your mind when you do achieve them. So it could be that you want to save up for a particular, say you want to save up to move out. You're living with parents at the minute, you may have had to move back, or you're waiting to move out, and a small goal might be to cut something out in the day. So it might be, you might go to, on your lunches you may spend more than what you really need when you could take your own in for less and save that money. So you might journal, this week I'm going to try and save X amount of money because eventually I want to have enough for a deposit. That's your long-term goal. So there'll be lots of small-term goals potentially in and around saving. So every time you write that down and you tick it off, you get that sense of achievement that you've done something worthwhile. You get a little boost. Small-term goals are really, really helpful. I can't stress enough. No matter, even if they're in isolation from anything medium or bigger, even if you just setting yourself small-term goals, it could well be something quite simply as you've been feeling low, you've been feeling down, you've been feeling a bit depressed, and a goal might simply be just to have a shower and get dressed. It might be as much as that, and if you're able to achieve that, that could be a really big goal on one hand. Ultimately it's a small goal, but it can mean a lot. You can tick off, I've actually done that today. Tomorrow it might be, I'm going to get dressed, I'm going to have a shower, and I'm actually going to go for a walk. And whilst I'm out for a walk, I'm going to pick something up for myself, just as a treat, whether it's about chocolate, whether it's a snack, whatever it may well be. And you go for your walk, you pick your treat up, you come back. That's another tick off that list. So it's not really linked to anything, but it's somewhere where you can get your own win. The small, medium, long-term goals are very individual and very personal, because to somebody else that won't mean anything, but to somebody else that could be their world just to get them things done. So small, medium, long-term goals, and the sense of achieving them, and by writing them down manually on paper and then being able to tick them off means so much more than just having it in your head. I'll always advocate for somebody to see a counsellor, to see a therapist even when they're feeling a particular way, they're feeling overwhelmed, they're feeling depressed, anxious, etc. And I'm not saying journaling replaces seeing a counsellor or a therapist. However, it may well be that the time's just not right for you to see a professional. You're not there yet, or it may well be it's not in your budget to do that as of yet. Journaling will not replace it, but journaling will certainly help. I can't stress enough that journaling with therapy, with the right circumstances, works really, really well. Journaling without any additional therapy, and if you're not doing it and you've not done anything else, can really help. Them 4 ways, you will notice a difference by way of the safe space that you're giving your thoughts and your feelings, the way that you're managing stress and anxiety, the way you become more self-aware, and the way that you're setting and achieving small, medium, long-term goals. So I just need to stress that if you can get on board with journaling, irrespective of starting therapy, it'll be really useful and beneficial for you. Now, when it comes to journals, there are some on my website in the client resources section. I'll put a link somewhere to show where they are, the ones that I recommend. A combination of plain ones and ones that have prompts. I think that if you're only just starting out journaling, ones with prompts in particular would be most useful for you, because there are ones that are in self-worth and self-love that combine with journaling, which I think are really helpful. So if you're not sure where to start, or you're feeling a bit stuck, then prompts can help you, even if it's just to give yourself words of positive affirmation for a day or the week or whatever they can be really helpful. So yeah, on my website there'll be some on there, but what I would alternatively recommend, and probably even more so, is if you're able to go to a bookshop, whether that be a big chain or a small bookshop, and try and find a journal that kind of calls out to you in a way. Like if you're able to pick one up, open it, read it, feel it, have a connection in a way to it, I would probably recommend that more. If that's not viable, it's not possible, it doesn't really strike you, all you want is a journal, then obviously have a look online. I said I'll put the link down, but I would aim to try and find one in a shop personally, and just feel that connection with one. It's a little bit spiritual, I can appreciate, but I'd recommend that. So that's the 4 things for today. I hope that's helped you a little bit with regards to journaling. I hope it's given you a little bit of insight, a few pointers of how it does help and how it will help, and where you can find one, and hopefully you can get started sooner rather than later. By all means, let me know how you get on in the comments if you end up buying one from somewhere, and as usual, please subscribe, like and share. All the best, and have a good day.